Hello, everyone. Today I'll be talking about Simon AI's Composable Agents and how we built them to unlock a next generation of marketing personalization. My name is Jason Davis. I'm founder and CEO of Simon AI. We founded Simon almost a decade ago on the premise of unlocking a next generation of cloud data to drive true one-to-one personalization for marketing applications. Today, we work with a great set of customers, including some of the Snowflake customers shown in the right-hand box here. So what are Simon AI agents? We developed a suite of agents that are designed to redefine personalization and marketing across the entire life cycle of marketing production. This includes an insight agents that can really understand customer behavior and marketing campaign opportunities, mapped into our data agents that can then map them into true one-to-one personalization, and fields that can be used to power that. Fields that can understand customer behavior, fields that can be derived from product context that can then be mapped back to customer interactions, and much, much more. And then we tie it all together with our automation agents that can drive campaigns from idea to true concept to fully executed with our data agents end-to-end to paid and owned channels through our underlying Composable CDP. One of the biggest design requirements for our platform is that it was easy enough for non-technical stakeholders to use, but powerful enough to really leverage and unlock the full capabilities of enterprise data that so many of our Snowflake customers have made massive investments in. Core to our strategy, and we'll get to how Snowflake is strategic to making this happen, is something we call unlocking 100x data. One of the big challenges we see with marketing applications today is they just look at a small sliver of enterprise data. And when you look at the strategy across our insights agents, our data agents, and our automation agents, they really look at the full spectrum of data that's available. This includes everything from context on businesses. What are some of the product reviews that might exist to describe inventory for a customer? What are some of those support conversations? What's some of the third-party data that might be available across weather, across demographic, across who might be in market and who's not? Simon AI is purpose-built to fully leverage the massive and deep data investments that our customers have made in their Snowflake deployments, and also the third-party data that Snowflake makes available through their marketplace. Digging into our architecture and how it works, we really have three layers to how we built Simon AI. At the core of our platform is our Composable CDP. This can ingest data from underlying Snowflake sources. We develop semantic technologies that allow our CDP to understand what the underlying data is, and then capabilities around analytics, and of course, execution into marketing channels. In the middle of our architecture is our agentic layer. This is, as I described previously, provides a large spectrum of marketing activities. And the success for our AI agents is how it's coupled with our Composable CDP. Our agents are only as smart as the data that they're fed, and our Composable CDP, which is powered by Snowflake, is absolutely critical to that. And then our personalization studio brings this all together across marketing strategy, across the ability to seamlessly execute, and then continuously optimize. And of course, really our secret sauce here and what makes this so successful and really what's allowed us to develop this so quickly and effectively is the tools that Snowflake has brought to the table. Your Composable CDP is built on Snowflake's data platform, and our agents are powered by Cortex. And this really is a core advantage. And what Snowflake brings to the table is a slew of benefits that the underlying Snowflake data platform provides to all their customers today. We're able to directly inherit to power these next generation of marketing use cases. So data never leaves the environment. The same properties of Snowflake scale, we're able to inherit as well with Simon AI. Our Composable CDP is built in a way that really adds zero latency and makes integration as simple as possible with no data movement. And our semantic capabilities fully leverage a lot of the core tech that the Snowflake brings to the table as well. And when you look at how, and you sort of double click into how this works under the hood, core to our Composable CDP is our Snowflake connected data environment. Our platform deploys directly on top of our customers' Snowflake data warehouses. And within that, we heavily leverage Snowflake's Cortex infrastructure, and our agents also deploy within Snowpark container services. This architecture allows our agents to do a deep amount of data reasoning back and forth with the data, running multiple queries, taking those results, and then feeding that back into our agents to really drive at answers as effectively and securely as possible. On the left side of our connected data environment, data never leaves the environment. So this provides all the benefits that we showed on the previous slide for European clients where they don't want data to leave the EU. We get benefits there as well. There are a lot of inherent advantages that we just get for free out of the box by building this core infrastructure in Snowflake. Our core application then runs in our application environment where we've developed a suite of capabilities across AI goals and AI blueprints, as well as the outputs of the AI from a data perspective that includes AI fields and segments. So let's double click into how this actually works in a case study from one of our customers, TeePublic. TeePublic is actually the world's largest marketplace for independent creators. So anyone can go and upload a design to TeePublic and print it on, I think, 75 different designs and t-shirts, sweatshirts, etc. And TeePublic has a pretty big data challenge in that they have over 1 million designs, but their catalog has limited metadata context. Like many e-commerce brands, they have a rigid taxonomy. And for many of their marketing problems, they need to understand what the right design context is and use that to target the right customers. So if they're trying to target sci-fi or double click into different dimensions within sci-fi, their taxonomy doesn't always support those use cases. And the Simon AI solution is to enable very simple, direct, yet powerful enrichment of their product catalog. So I'm going to click over to our demo and show exactly how this works. Okay, so we're now in the demo environment for TeePublic. As a full disclaimer, this TeePublic demo environment was derived off of use cases that we are working with TeePublic on and are running with TeePublic on, but the actual data that you'll see today is fake data that's derived off of data which is similar to a business like TeePublic. So we're not showing anyone here any real TeePublic data. So I'm going to start out pretty high level. I'm going to say I need to develop a field to help target the right customers for a campaign I'm developing. I won't click my typos, but there we go. Yeah, we'll submit this guy. And so Simon AI gets back and says, okay, well, let's unpack this together. You say the right customers, what are you actually trying to do? Well, the campaign is sci-fi related, so I need to find sci-fi customers. So now it says, okay, well, this is helpful. Let's think about how we might find those sci-fi lovers in your audience. And at this point, the data agent says, well, I have interaction data around how people have purchased and browsed, but the catalog doesn't actually have a sci-fi metadata. It doesn't have this as a category. And furthermore, if you double click on this as a category, it doesn't have some of the sub-traits around what type of sci-fi is it. So the data agent says I can create an AI field that flags sci-fi related products. And yes, that would be great. So now it's going and doing its thing, scanning the product catalog. Here you can see the properties of the catalog that it's scanning. It says, okay, I see you have titles, descriptions, and product images. These are perfect input for detecting themes. It then says, hey, here are the themes that I'm going to detect, or here are some example themes. Is this correct? And this is what you'd like to do. I say, yes, this is great. So now it's going, running the SQL, and let's actually look at the results. So it says I'm going to identify which of these products are sci-fi related. And furthermore, I'm going to identify the subdimension or the type of sci-fi that you can then use to identify personas. So let's go look at the results. So here we have our inference model that's running. We'll see here we have a set of 10 example products, each with a cyberpunk or a desert world sci-fi product description. And furthermore, the fill rate is 17%. So among the 20,000 examples in the data set, 17% are actually sci-fi related. And then, of course, these are a few of the examples within that set. So I'm going to go and I'm going to hit create. So now this runs. And again, as this is running, all the computation is happening within Snowflake. Our agents are deployed within container services. They're invoking Cortex. I think this model might be using Mistral. And this runs and it comes back and shows some descriptive statistics around the results. So among the 17% of the product catalog, 33% or a third was Deep Space Frontiers. And then when you look at the product breakdown, what percent are t-shirts, hoodies, polos, et cetera. So at this point, the data is then available within the Simon platform. It can then be used in our application tier by AI goals, AI blueprints. It can also be used within our core CDP to create segments or to push traits into downstream systems. But also, since it's all built on Snowflake, these fields are also available in the Snowflake environment. So you can go into your SQL prompt and access these fields for insights via any of your standard BI tools or other tools that you might use within your Snowflake environment. So finishing out, today we went through Simon AI's Composable Agents. We saw how we gave an overview of how we've designed them to unlock what we call 100x more data. and how they're fully integrated with Snowflake's data platform and how they leverage Snowflake Cortex. So in summary, Simon AI's composable agents are built on top of Snowflake and Snowflake Cortex to unlock 100 times more data and enable non-technical marketing stakeholders to do just really a next generation of powerful points of data access to drive very powerful personalization. So you're really thrilled for all the developments in the partnership with Snowflake and the amazing underlying technology that made this possible. And thank you, everyone.